Her body was cold when I touched her hand. I shook her gently, then harder. "Ada, wake up," I said, but she did not move. I put my ear close to her chest. No heartbeat. I screamed. I screamed until the neighbors came in. I screamed until my parents came in. They pulled me away from her. They asked what I did to her. I said I did nothing, but no one believed me. My name is Chinedu. I was 17 when it happened. Ada was my best friend. We lived in the same compound in Lagos. She was very funny and very, very kind. Her laugh made people turn and smile. We did everything together. We walked to school together. We helped each other with homework. We played together. We shared our dreams and sometimes even our food. People even joked that one day we would definitely get married. That night, her mother traveled to the village for a burial. Ada did not want to sleep alone in their house, so she asked if she could sleep over at my place. I said yes. I did not think anything of it. After all, she was my best friend. We talked for a while that night about school, about her dreams, about my dreams. She wanted to be a nurse. She said she wanted to help people who were in pain. Around midnight, she said she was very tired. I gave her the bed to sleep while I slept on the floor, like any other friend would do. The next morning, I woke up before her. I wanted to tell her to get ready for school, but she didn't wake up. I called her name. I touched her shoulder. It was cold, so cold. I started shaking. I didn't understand what just happened. I ran out of the room. I called for help. My parents came running in. The neighbors followed. Then more people came. And then the police was called. Everything became blurry. They said I killed her. I said no. I told them what happened, that she came to sleep over and that I gave her the bed and found her cold that morning. But no one cared about the truth. They took me straight to the station. They beat me. They asked me to say what I did to her. I refused. I stood on the truth. A few days later, they took me to court. I didn't have a lawyer. My family had no money. They said I must have poisoned her, or maybe I did something to her when she was asleep. They didn't wait for a real medical report. They didn't test anything. They just needed someone to blame. And I was there. So they blamed me. I stayed in prison, alone, in pain. I kept remembering her face. I kept remembering her laugh. The cell was dark. I was lying on a cold mat. I couldn't even see my parents. My heart was heavy. I closed my eyes. Then something changed. I heard a soft knock on the prison bar. I was told a young female lawyer came. She said she heard my story. She said it didn't make any sense. She had to reopen the case. She pushed for a new report. It showed that Ada died from a heart problem, something called cardiac arrest. No poison, no harm. It could have happened anywhere. I was set free after that, but I was not the same boy. People in the neighborhood still look at me with fear. Some thought I just got lucky, but I know the truth. I did nothing wrong. All I did was give my friend, my best friend, a place to sleep, and she never woke up. Now I live far away, in a quiet town where no one knows my name. I don't talk much. I keep to myself. I don't even keep friends. People ask why I am always quiet. I just smile. But inside me, there is a storm. Sometimes I dream of that night, her lying there peaceful, too peaceful. Sometimes I wondered if I could have done something, called for help sooner, maybe she would have been alive. But most times I just miss her. And I write about her, about me. I write so people know what silence feels like when the world turns against you. I write for my best friend who died in my room and I couldn't do anything to save her. Suddenly, I heard a knock on my window. Chinedu, it was her voice. I opened my eyes in fear. I was in my bed. The sun was shining through the window. My heart was beating fast. My clothes were dry. My room was quiet. I was too scared to turn around. I looked at the clock. It was 7:03 a.m. Another knock came. I stood up, my legs shaking. It was Ada. She was standing by my window, alive, smiling, holding her school bag. "You overslept," she said. "We will be late." I stared at her for a long time. She looked confused. "Are you okay?" she said. I started crying. I didn't even know why. I just cried and smiled at the same time. She didn't understand, but she held my arm. We walked to school like always. The sun was warm. The street was busy, and I kept looking at her. Alive, real, or am I still dreaming? Well, no, this time I am awake. Now I think about that dream every day. It felt real. The pain, the prison, the people who turned against me, the pain in my parents' eyes. I still feel it in my chest. But I am glad it was just a dream, because Ada is alive and I am free. Sometimes dreams show you what matters, what you can lose in 1 second. I hold on to her a little tighter now. I listen more. I smile more. Because now I know what life would feel like without her. And I never want to feel like that again. But I do not ever think I would allow Ada or any other person spend the night at my house. If it were you, would you allow her sleep over?